Photobiomodulation is using 5 cold lasers, 1 inside the nose, 3 across the hairline on the forehead, and 1 on the occiput. It is great for all brain diseases like Alzheimer's, traumatic brain injury, etc. Can Spooky2 cold laser reach the brain through the nose? The brain is encased in bone, Elizabeth, so it will not shine directly into the laser, into the brain. But people successfully treat brain conditions by using spooky cold laser through the ear, which is very, very close to the brain and is believed to directly go through the brain. Whether it's through the nerve stimulation, I'm not sure. But people generally use the ears for treating the brain. The nose is also very close to the brain, but it's not, again, directly into the brain. The skull is quite a barrier for light to travel past. There's treatment methods that you might be familiar with, the NDS, non-linear diagnostic machines, which are made, which diagnose people by directly linking into the person's brain using biofeedback. And they do this through generally headphones, which use infrared light to detect changes within your ear. And so the ear is probably the closest you get to the brain for treating using cold laser. And you've given some useful information. When they're doing treatment for these conditions, you're stating that the frequency is 10 Hertz and the wavelength is 630 nanometers. Now, it's an interesting point actually that this is bringing up. Certainly, you know, the preset and the generator can supply a 10 Hertz signal to the laser. But you're saying about the wavelength is 630 nanometers. I've really stated that the wavelength for our cold lasers is 650 nanometers. The wavelength, when people say our laser is 630 nanometers, the tolerance of the wavelength is quite often something like 10%. And so if you actually measure the wavelength of a 630 nanometer laser, you may find that it's actually 650 or 620. The most common wavelength for red lasers is 650, and there are suppliers that state theirs are 630, but tests have shown that they're actually 650. And you know, be it as it may, you know, for a laser to be truly 630 nanometers, it would have to be a very high tolerance laser. And those lasers are generally laboratory grade, and they're very, very expensive units. There's no known real benefits and differentiation between 630 and 650 nanometers. And so we decided to use 650 nanometer lasers, and we're honest about it. We don't say the 630, even though many of the ones that we supply will be 630 because of the tolerances. But there's also no real benefit between the 20 nanometers span of 630 and 650.